What's going on, Seaport? It's Pac-Man Jones with Savannah Seaport News. Now today, Savannah Alderman of the 6th District, Tony Thomas, was admitted to calling the WTOC reporter Georgiaree Godfrey a cunt and claimed that he would make the comment again if given the chance. Now, the mayor, Eddie DeLoach, is now going to have a meeting at 5 o'clock, which is actually right now. And pretty soon I'll know an update for this relatively soon. But as I'm reporting this, the reporter from WTOC, whom Tony Thomas insulted, was reportedly inquiring into Thomas' house being foreclosed on and being offered for a sale throughout the public auction on June the 6th on Tuesday, where there was a city dumpster outside the home on Vernonburg Road filled with couch cushions and some furnishings. Now, the Chatham County Animal Service had recently performed a welfare check at the neighbor, and the neighbor had raised concerns about some of the cats living in the abandoned house, said the county spokeswoman Catherine Gladsby. But the cats were found to be in good health and allowed to stay on the property. Now, the Savannah Alderman thought it was false, that the news was just fake news, because he posted on his Facebook page that WTOC's report of the encounter with the house being foreclosed was misleading and malicious and false, and the reporter was no angel and had to come with a deceitful mission, Thomas said. He also stated that the house was not foreclosed and that he actually lives in that residence, and he used the phrase fake news over and over again. Now, Thomas' behavior follows like a downward spiral, man. I mean, I got a lot to really talk about this guy, man. But like the 6th District Alderman of Savannah, who had put several members of staff and council in really hard positions, really compromising positions, when he became intoxicated during St. Patrick's Day parade in March, and I have the picture right here. I mean, this was really news, because I didn't really report on it, because he really apologized about it, and he just really wanted to keep it moving, which I said okay, but I didn't really know his history like that, because he is this is his 5th term, and he won the 2016 election with 58% of the vote, overcoming challengers Zena McLean, Stephen McElvin, and David Self. Now, this vote that actually going to have at 5 o'clock on Wednesday, today, would be like condemning of Tony Thomas' actions as an alderman, but would not impact his ability to vote or participate in discussions as a council member. That is the most that the council can do, and is up to really up to the mayor, honestly, and people who's voting in this. To see what more responsibilities can he actually take as being an alderman. But in the worst case scenario, Georgia law provides for a recall election for elected officials due to a act of malfeasance or misconduct while in office, violation of the oath of office, failure to perform duties, or willfully misappropriating public funds. A recall election must be had. You gotta have one if this is the case. But he has a really dark history with just being the alderman, because actually in 2016 of last year, in February, he was actually charged with sexual abuse. Now, the reason why he wasn't actually charged with this, because this was actually headline news, and I actually didn't report this because I believe this was actually when my channels was just first starting off. But he was in a 182-page report that was obtained by District Attorney Meg Heap and her chief assistant Greg McConnell. And really about this investigation, actually the GBI was a part of that. And if you don't know what GBI is, that's a Georgia Bureau of Investigations. The investigation of him started on February of 29th after individuals claimed that in a series of online videos that they were sexually abused by Tony Thomas when they were in their teens. Now, apparently, Tony Thomas was a sick motherfucker. You know, he liked to make videos of motherfuckers, you know, of teenagers, you know, and this was, I guess, was a long time ago, because in the videos, a man identified as Chris Haupt claimed that Thomas made sexual advances on him when he was 15 and after when he started doing landscape for him. Another man identified as Josh Flowers, 31, said that in the videos he was sexually abused by Thomas when he was 17. Matthew Mitchell also said he had sexual relations with Thomas after meeting him at the age of 17. Both Flowers and Mitchell said they did cocaine with Thomas after he provided them with alcohol when they were under the legal age of drinking. Now, Meg Heap said that after hearing evidence and testimony from 40 witnesses over 5 days, grand jurors found the evidence presented does not support referral for a grand jury review because of the limit of statutations. You know, these guys were 17 when they were sexually abused or harassed or whatever the hell you want to call it. Now these guys are like 32 actually, because this report was from a year. Now, 18 grand jurors heard the presentation, with 14 agreeing on several findings and 4 others, 1 individually and 3 together, expressed other opinions. Now, multiple victims, they had testimonies corroborated that Mr. Thomas displayed a pattern of grooming young males to become sexual partners. 14 grand jurors agreed as a part of a 3-page report. While Mr. Thomas' actions clearly violated state law, unfortunately, they were only misdemeanors and not felony cases. What the fuck? Seriously? The grand jury pointed to one factor that weighed heavily on this decision, and that's the statute of limitation. So this is one sick motherfucker, man. Like, this guy was like really. And Savannah hasn't picked up on this. Like, seriously, like, there's pages of information of this fucking dude doing sick shit. And he's an alderman. He's a fucking alderman. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's plenty of other people that could have been, put in his spot, knowing that he has this history. And there was videos of him, like, touching kids and shit. Like, seriously, what the fuck? I mean, and not only that, man, like, but, you fucking up in the public eye. You getting drunk on St. Patrick's Day, which, you got to be conservative if you're a district alderman. I don't know that position. I never did that before in my life, but I can only assume that if you got that position, you got to, have people that still respect you in that eye. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't be doing all this wild shit, drinking and looking like you're passed out and shit. But not only that, but you insulted a WTOC reporter, Georgiaree Godfrey, man. I mean, look how fine she is. I mean, goodness, why would you like talk shit to her? I mean, goodness. I mean, she's like all types of beautiful, and she's like smart and elegant. And you know what? I actually did reach out to her. I ain't gonna lie, because I just actually responded to her, and I just really asked if she was okay. And she actually responded back to me relatively fast. She said, "Hey, I'm maintaining. Thanks for asking. I'm just making it through each day. Luckily, I'm on Snapchat news and it's keeping me distracted. LOL." And I told her, LOL, I understand. I'm sorry that had to happen to you, but I'm satisfied that the prejudice gets exposed like this jackass. And I also asked her a question: would you be satisfied if he left his seat in office? Which I didn't get a response, but I'm pretty sure she's probably busy right now. Maybe I get a response a little bit later. But, like I said, man, why would you disrespect a WTOC reporter? Because, I do have respect for WTOC reporters. And, all jokes aside, I really do. Because, the first reporter to, like, actually contact me was from WTOC was Marla Rooker. And, she was just letting me know that, she seen my videos and, I was doing something. And I was like, okay, that's cool. At least I'm getting, some looks from some people. And then, I got back in contact with her when Don died. Rest in peace to him. So, ever since then, I do have respect for WTOC reporters because, they out there really, risking their lives, and I'm not doing what they doing. They gotta be out there asking people questions and talking to people. I don't have to do that. I can just make the news from the comfort of my computer and my TV. You know what I'm saying? I don't have to do that. So I do have a lot of respect for WTOC reporters, because I just have respect for them. Plain and simple. But hopefully I can give you guys an update of this relatively soon, because they're actually going to vote on this pretty soon. I'm about to upload this at like 5:00, and they're going to actually do a meeting at 5:00. So hopefully I can do an update for this relatively soon. But like I said, man, don't talk shit to the reporter, because they just reporting on your fuck ups. So don't get mad at what we do, because what we do is not what everybody can do. So that's all for right now, man. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna put an update for this, whether he gets fired or gets his seat taken in office, or whether it has to be a revote, or whether if it's something. I'll let y'all know, man, because this can't be tolerated. Not if you just, it's okay if you disrespect anybody, but not from WTOC. No. That can't go down like that. Especially not the fine Georgiaree Godfrey. Come on, man. Come on. But that's all for right now. It's Pac-Man Jones with Savannah Seaport News, and stay blessed, Seaport.